63 degrees in Charlotte at 4:59 on this, dare I do say, warm Wednesday, January the 30th. Good morning, and thanks for starting your morning with us here at Fox News Rising. Alongside Derek James, I'm Christine Noel.
Yeah, very warm, very muggy, and that could lead to severe weather later today. Jacinda Garabito in for meteorologist Tara Blake. What kind of nastiness could we be looking at later?
A little bit of everything. You name it, that's what we're tracking right now. There are already some wind advisories, wind warnings that have been issued out and will kind of linger. I mean, look at it. Pretty much speaks for itself right here on our radar satellite. I have details on what we can expect right here later on today, coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, we'll see you in just a little bit, Jacinda. Thank you. Well, this hour on Fox News Rising, taking down the educational elite. Governor Pat McCrory has strong words for the University of North Carolina and college courses he deems unnecessary.
These days, we're handing Uncle Sam more of our paychecks, but the smaller payday could work in your favor as far as building up your savings account.
And will we have another President Clinton in the White House? Outgoing Secretary of State Hillary Clinton addresses the 2016 buzz. But right now, we do want to get the first look at our morning headlines. Here's Terrence Bates.
Hey guys, this morning, Charlotte-Mecklenburg School Superintendent Dr. Heath Morrison will explain how his first 100 days helped shape his plan for the district's future. Dr. Morrison will take part in a conversation about public education at Northeastern University here in Charlotte. He'll talk about his recent listening tours and how they have helped rebrand CMS. He's just one of the panelists taking part in this discussion. It's called The Branding of Public Education, Pre-K to PhD Perspectives. Dr. Morrison will join us live in our studio tomorrow morning during our 7 o'clock hour. Well, parents who are interested in sending their children to a charter school can get some questions answered today. At least 80 schools are expected to participate in a fair tonight that's hosted by the North Carolina Public Charter Schools Association. It all starts at 6 o'clock at the Hilton Hotel in the university area. Parents and teachers are welcome to attend. New this morning, a guy who police say snatched a woman's purse at gunpoint and then was involved in a short standoff with officers is finally behind bars this morning. It all started when a woman says Wilbert Lane grabbed her purse in the parking lot of Ulta in the University City area. She says he then jumped in the car and took off, so she followed him and gave police dispatchers his license plate number. Investigators say Lane ultimately barricaded himself inside an apartment, but SWAT negotiators were able to get him to surrender. Today, the U.S. Senate will hold its first hearing on curbing gun violence since the Newtown, Connecticut school massacre. Lawmakers will hear from Mark Kelly, who is the husband of former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords. You may remember that Gifford survived a gunshot to the head during a rally. The couple is pushing for stricter gun control through an organization they started called Americans for Responsible Solutions. The National Rifle Association will also be at today's hearing. And John Kerry will likely be sworn in as Secretary of State sometime this week. The Senate approved Kerry's nomination with a 94-3 vote yesterday. Today, current Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will hold a final town hall meeting with Department of State personnel. She'll step down on Friday. Charlotte Mayor Anthony Fox is standing behind President Obama's call for immigration reform. He made that public in a tweet last night. During a rally in Las Vegas, President Obama laid out a plan that secures a path of citizenship for the nation's 11 million undocumented immigrants. The president also is calling for legislation that will require undocumented workers to pay taxes, learn English, go through background checks, and have access to government health care.
And the overwhelming majority of these individuals aren't looking for any trouble. They're contributing members of the community. They're looking out for their families. They're looking out for their neighbors.
While President Obama wants Congress to move forward on his plan, similar proposals are being developed both in the House and the Senate. Now to new information as police in Alabama try to reach a 6-year-old boy who was taken hostage. Right now, investigators are trying to get the suspect to surrender. There are reports that he is barricaded inside of a homemade bunker behind his house. Investigators say the guy stormed onto a school bus yesterday, fired several shots at the driver, and then ran off with the child. The bus driver later died. Here in Charlotte, police say a 12-year-old girl who claimed she was kidnapped from her bus stop lied. Kiana Leak was found Saturday in uptown Charlotte near the transit center. That's her picture. Her grandmother insists the 12-year-old was taken against her will. She, however, does concede that Kiana lied about where she was taken. The grandmother says it was the epicenter, not Kiana's neighborhood bus stop in East Charlotte. Police say the allegations about what happened to Kiana after her disappearance are false. A Charlotte Mecklenburg police officer who used deadly force on a suspect earlier this month has been cleared of any wrongdoing. Officer Jeremy Donaldson says Spencer Mims III charged at him and another officer with a box cutter outside of a home on Cooper Drive. The district attorney says the shooting was justified. Well, you could say they are cruising for a bruising, literally. Police say thieves stole a 2013 limited edition Camaro from the Randy Marion dealership showroom in Mooresville on Monday. The crooks apparently broke a lock to get into that showroom.
We walked in, the car wasn't here, and we can just tell they just took it and just backed it straight on out the out the big doors.
The red Camaro is valued at $60,000. Whoa, it's a lot of money. The dealership is offering a reward this morning. Call Iredell County Crime Stoppers if you have any information about who took it. All right, let's get another quick check of your weather and traffic. We'll start with just